an amazing turnout for my weekend. I wouldn't say it was a good weekend because like my Friday was great, and then everything beyond that was bleh.
Oof. I had an amazing weekend. 1,000 miles away from you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was honestly sitting there Saturday going, I could be in Houston right now.
We get in trouble for saying that publicly?
Whatever. No one cares. No one cares if I go to Houston. People are always like, anime Matsuri, blah blah blah. I go, listen, I have fun there. I don't have fun here. Do you know why I don't have fun here? Because there's nothing to do in DC after everything closes. So
I heard they were closing everything at 9:30. That's not the DC I know.
Most of the DC area closed at 9:30. You are correct. There were a couple bars, like the Yard House was still open until like 2.
That's good.
But the Yard Bird closed at like 10.
That's
which is
bullshit.
weird. Which is weird.
What?
Yeah, it was a weird.
How are you supposed to? A true DC experience always ends up at 3 a.m. at fucking Ben's Chili Bowl.
Which one?
Ben's Chili Bowl is not. If Ben's Chili Bowl is not the original, because the others close at like 9 p.m. The original is supposed to stay open 24 hours.
Maybe I have no.
And you don't, and you can't bring a card because it's cash only. That is so you have to pay a $10 ATM fee to get 20s out of the fucking machine to get that delicious half smoke.
Anyway, my Otakon experience was mostly delayed by the fact that working it while there being 40,000 attendees, and the con center never having 40,000 attendees ever.
Congratulations, by the way, on the increased attendance.
Yeah, I believe we are now the second largest fan anime con in the United States and the largest on the East Coast.
How much of that is because of Anime Next canceling, though?
I'm not sure. I know
because part of it was anime. If you wanted to go to Anime Next, Otakon gave you a free badge.
Yeah, so I couldn't tell you. I'd have to go over the numbers on that, but I don't know what the transfer numbers on that were. I'd have to look into that actually, but a bunch of cons canceled that June and July. So
yeah, so people wanted to. Their cons were canceled. Otakon was still happening.
Might as well go.
Might as well go.
I will say the funniest thing was they announced that the hotel block on Sunday. They announced the hotel block was going to go up Monday at noon.
I didn't get any notification until I was on the fucking plane.
I got a notification at 9 a.m. 3 hours before it was supposed to open that hotels were open, and I went, "Oh, sucks to be everyone else."
I live in the. I'm probably gonna go next year because DC is home.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fucking commute if I have to.
There you go.
Or hit someone up for, hey, can I get space?
I got nothing
Mike,
for you.
Maybe I'll hit up Mike.
Maybe. What was I gonna say? I also had half of your crew there.
I heard. I didn't even know they were fucking going. I didn't even know they were fucking going.
Well, one of them just hung out at night because he didn't want to get a badge. I'm like, you should have asked for a badge. I would have gotten you one.
Oh,
yeah, I have so many freebies. And then Luke was just there, literally in my hotel. I go, "What's up, Luke?"
Nice. I have to talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah, he said he was burnt out, but now he's kind of like ready to kind of jump back into something. So
yeah, he had said that he had been burnt out, but he was thinking about jumping back in.
So we'll see what happens there. All right, let's go into the news, I guess.
Oh, you don't want to hear about fucking Texas, do you?
I don't want to know how much more fun you had than me.
You don't want to hear about Texas Revolution Wednesday, do you?
All I know is this. I was literally on Rumble getting notifications about Rackets and Geeks and Gamers and all these other people who were having a great time. And they were having a legitimate good time on camera.
Oh, I I didn't go to all of those panels, but I did go to most of them. They were just having a blast. I barely interacted with them because they were just flying all over the place.
I
And I was
believe
also
it.
flying. I was flying all over the place doing stuff. Um, here's Anime Matsuri's attendance numbers or have been known to be bullshit.
Yes.
Um, it was the attendance the convention center wasn't packed, but I went up against a couple of big panels and I still filled my room on Friday.
It's not bad. That's not bad at all.
And
I
got
mean,
and then I had double capacity line on Saturday.
mhm. I will say, so I of course did 3 panels in one day. Um,
That's both fun and exhausting.
yes. The worst part was the first one was a 9 a.m. panel, and it was our like most liked panel. That's PG-13, and I
Oof.
and so I come walking in like 10 minutes early, and there's just all these people sitting down. And I go, it's not a completely full room, but it's 3/4 full, and I go, it's 9 a.m. You guys do know it's 9 a.m., right? You're all right. Well, we're here.
We're here.
We're here. We're starting. We're doing this. Good luck. Um, that was a lot of fun. And then we had 5:45 for Rules to Live By, which is the anime survival guide. I'm still not a fan of that panel. Mike likes it. Everyone else likes it. It's not a panel for me.
It's entertaining, but with a grain of salt. It's something I can see that it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, it's not for me. Even with me there trying to inject some various humor things, and like this thing keeps it. It's not for me. It's not for me. Even with me presenting, I don't feel right presenting with it either.
Okay.
So it's like one of those things where I'm like, this is not the right panel for me. It's just not. That's just the way it is. And then we did our harem panel at 11, and I come. Mike got there first and set up the computer, and I came barreling in with 5 minutes left, like I'm Shane O'Mac, just yelling, "I'm here! I'm right here! You ready?"
Nice.
Like I'm just barreling in, and like no one in staff even tries to stop me. They didn't even look at me or nothing. I just come barreling in. Not even a secondhand look.
Well, for my panels, my Friday panel, I have to give both criticism and props to Anime Matsuri programming staff.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
I walk in, we have the the person running the room's like, yeah, we only have a 3-foot HDMI cable and all the things to set up are behind the screen, and we don't have audio hookup. It's like
I need audio hookup.
I was like, this is unacceptable. I immediately went to panel ops and said, this is unacceptable. And they solved the issue. They even got the head of programming even got on the horn with Denise, one of the owners of the con, to solve the issue.
Yeah.
And it was solved like that.
There you go.
But it shouldn't have been an issue. Apparently they're still having my suggestion to the con is stop using subcontractors.
Yeah, I think
that they've got
using
they had issues with subcontractors last year not setting stuff up.
Same thing happening in this year. Yeah.
And they even had issues with like big events, like things were late because they had to debug subcontractors didn't set it up right. They had to debug it.
And
they have this reputation of things start late.
Yeah, and that's probably why, because the subcontractors are constantly doing this stuff. If it happens 2 years in a row, it's probably been happening for a while now.
Yeah,
and it hasn't. These complaints probably have not gotten to the right person's ears yet. That's all. And hopefully,
once I did that, all the I heard other panels in that room went smoothly.
There you go.
and my other panels in the room went smoothly, and I had my Saturday panel had no issues. Um, it was great. We packed a room on Friday. It's been a while since me and Neil have done a panel together, but we gelled. He broke me up. We got props from some. That was Liberty or Death or American Revolution and Code Geass panel.
Yeah.
We apparently got props from someone who did someone who used to do guest lectures at West Point.
Nice.
So that's like, as a historian, massive ego boost.
See, my last panel, the 18 plus harem panel. It's our. We've done it before, but this is like the second time it's been built, or the third time it's been built total. And so, like, I didn't bother looking over everything yet. He did it all on his own. He said I have 39 minutes of clips. I should be good. I go, it's a little much on clips. You sure you don't want to drop like one or two like shows, just an entire show, just remove it.
Yeah.
He goes, no, we'll be fine. So he's zooming along, and then I'm like, dude, we have like 13 minutes and 3 shows. Like, might want to clip one of these shows out.
Might want to speed through.
Like we had to remove the entire cookie scene from Shimonetta, and people were very upset.
I got I have things built in Liberty or Death that I can just skip things on the fly.
Yeah, it's usually pictures
like,
though. It's not like full on movie clips though.
I have that one has full on movie clips.
Okay.
Because like one of like the longest clip is I have a transcript of this isn't a clip, a transcript of one of Washington's speeches.
Okay.
And then Char from Zeta Gundam and Lelouch from Code Geass R2 seizing direct control of important meetings. It's like, here's how Washington did it. Here's how Char did it. Here's how Lelouch does it. Like, instead, I just walked through it in like 90 seconds and kept it moving.
Oh. Are you ready for next year's Otakon theme?
Trains.
And the worst part is when I heard that, I spent like an hour just in bed staring at a wall going, trains. And just, I'm like, I have so much 18 plus content to do now.
I immediately, when he told me that, I immediately messaged and he was like, hey, have you seen Galaxy Railways? No, why should I? You want to do a panel on the big boy? And it activated his rail fan almonds. It's like,
do Railway Wars. Let's go.
Saturday panel, we again packed room. Everyone was vibing. We had a lot of repeat people from the previous day.
That's good.
Which is great.
I also had a lot of retention. Like, I kept going, same person from this morning, same person from this afternoon. Room's full. You're doing something right when you look, the room is full, there's no chairs, and there's just a wall full of staff members along the back watching you do your thing. And I go, I'd be either doing something really good or really wrong.
Yes. Either really good or really wrong.
I don't know which one, because this is an 18 plus panel. There's currently a girl screaming, please, big brother, help, while he squeezes her boobs. So I'm not sure.
So that's why they had line issues. They weren't wrangling the line. They were watching your panel.
That was like midnight. I'm sure the line was gone by then. So the line issue at Otakon was ridiculous this year for several reasons. The masks did not help. The special system of getting your vaccine, whatever, wristband and then being allowed in didn't really work, because then you had to do bag check, and that didn't really work. So there were all these checks that slowed down the line process.
That reminds me, there's something I gotta talk to you offline.
Right, we'll talk about that. And then, so all these things happened. Now, 40K is a large number of people to the point where
Yes.
the convention center has never had that many people in there. End statement.
That's damn near the capacity of Nationals Park.
The capacity for that convention center is 42,000 people. So 40,000 attendees, that's just attendees.
Yeah.
That's not including our staff members, which is a couple hundred. So we were kind of at capacity. There were more than a couple times where I went, I hope the fire marshal doesn't show up to start counting things.
Anime Matsuri, they're gonna claim some bullshit number because they always claim some bullshit number. It wasn't at I was at like the convention center. I would say was at half capacity.
Okay,
it was definitely a lot more than last year.
Good, because last year seemed a little small, but
they
decent.
packed a lot more booths in, and there was like a lot more. They packed a lot more booths in. There, like the main floor was packed. There were places you could go and find like a quiet spot at the convention center still.
Yeah.
To just like, I don't want to go back to my hotel room. I just need to be away from people for a while.
That's all I
But it was like at least all the main events were at least half capacity.
Okay.
I didn't see they might have had 70,000 for fucking Dreamcatcher and Not Equal Me, because a lot of people were just there for that.
Okay.
They had issues with the K-pop band, subcontractor. I think they really relied on subcontractors. People got fucked.
Again, they need to stop using the subcontractors and get their own tech team together for these things. This is getting bad.
They need a more hands-on team
for audio visual needs.
Not just that, just general. The staff there was very helpful, but overworked.
Yeah,
it was a disorganized mess, and I think they need someone below the ownership is really good at marketing. They're not good at organization.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, the best part of Otakon and its line was the memes. And watching our poor social media team try on Otakon try and slow down the flames, I'm going, you ain't stopping nothing, buddy. You ain't, no.
I was sitting there watching the I'm waiting in line for the anime premieres at Anime Matsuri, and sitting there watching the Otakon social media groups all be trash fires was kind of entertaining. Like, man, I kind of like I was like, man, I kind of wish I was back home seeing people, even though I'm having a great time here. What's going on back home? Oh, there's some good Schadenfreude.
All right, let's go into the news, shall we?
Okay, let's start with comics news.
Comics news. Which kind of comics news? That's the big question.
Apparently Kickstarter has fake comic book projects.
Oh, yes.
This is a little bit older, but we've been busy.
So, they're stolen comic projects. In the fact that most comic book artists are using Indiegogo because Kickstarter was bullshit.
Yes.
And that was an ongoing thing. And one thing that ended up happening in the last year or so is Kickstarter really started removing a lot of their security stuff to make sure that projects were real.
What?
So people were just like copying and pasting the Indiegogos of other comic book things and just putting them on Kickstarter.
Okay.
Yeah. So
why would Kickstarter already has an issue with scams? Why would they do this?
Because the security was too high to the point where it took them a good month for them to decide whether or not I was going to have a Kickstarter. And now they're like, okay, maybe we need to remove some of the security features. And I went, no, you're making things worse.
And they went too far in the other direction.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
So that was an issue. Hilarious, but an issue.
We also sort of comic book news, sort of anime news. Square Enix had an issue.
So Manga Up is Square Enix's new manga service, much like the Shonen Jump service. But this one right here decided to use an algorithm to censor things that may be inappropriate.
Oh boy.
But the problem is, it just started censoring everything at random, even fully clothed things.
I'm seeing that now. It's like, dude, that's clothes.
And it's just like, okay, all right, I understand, but you have to stop. What's funny is there was one example I saw where like the cover wasn't censored, and then like you'd open it and like the black and white cover was censored, and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Wait, they censored jeans? Oh my god!
Listen, there might be a bulge there. I don't know. It's censored. So, Square Enix, of course, fucking up again.
Again.
They just make good games. That's all I need from you. Live Alive or whatever, or Live Alive, whatever. Great, awesome 2D turn-based RPG. Highly suggest. Go play it, everyone. It's a lot of fun. It's on Switch right now.
As opposed to the Idol Live Alive.
Yes, very different. I'm not sure what. I think you're thinking of Date Alive.
There's too goddamn.
There's too many lives.
Yes.
Anyway, the point is, it might be Live Alive or Live Alive. I don't know. But the point is this. They make good games on occasion, but it's always some small unknown thing. And then they do stupid shit like this. And like the First Soldier stupid phone game. And then the action RPG thing they're doing now. I go, I don't want an action RPG game. I don't want an action RPG Final Fantasy. It's terrible. Why would you do this?
Because fuck you, that's why.
That's okay. It's all right. They'll slowly learn when all these other turn-based games. Well, okay, they're making a couple of turn-based games too that look nice. That are coming out next year.
I'm not aware of any turn-based. What are they? Besides remakes of Final Fantasy.
Besides Live Alive, there was two other games. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but one was like fantasy style one with dragons and stuff, and I think the other one is Valkyrie something.
Okay.
Valkyrie something.
It's not a new Valkyria Chronicles, is it?
No, it's okay,
good.
No.
Because I don't want Square Enix fucking up one of my favorite series.
No, it's a game about like you're a Valkyrie and you're gathering souls and you fight. Anyway.
Okay.
So
that's
something like that. I couldn't really get the story.
That's a little bit of comics news.
Okay, what else we got?
So moving into video game news, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin locks DLC content behind hardest difficulty mode.
Get good.
Pretty much. This is where I'm like, I'll probably never play this DLC because I suck.
I will probably never play DLC.
I'm okay with this.
I will probably never play this DLC because I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to get the game.
But I'm okay with this. Get good.
I'm not going to get this game. I saw the game. I said, this game's not for me. How do I know? I've played Final Fantasy 15. And while it looked cool, and it was just hold circle to win and occasionally dodge. That was it.
So K-pop boy band simulator wasn't for you?
No. I also got annoyed that I couldn't like crash into like monsters with my car without my car blowing up, and I go, this is some bullshit.
That's some shit.
Like, I'm sorry, but if the thing is this small and my car is much bigger, I should be able to ram right into it. I can understand hitting the giant steel giant things. I get that. I understand that.
The small monsters, you should be able to run the fuck over.
Yeah,
that's a big American boat. It's built. I don't know what.
It looks like a Rolls Royce.
Well, it's a Rolls Royce. Those things are also built like tanks,
Yes, they're big and heavy and should be ran right. Anyway, annoyance.
so that they can punch through the crowds of peasants.
Mm-hmm. So, a few journalists got very salty about this, and I think every
Of
single
course they
person
did.
said the same thing as they always do to games journalists, which is
Get good.
get good.
Get
Moving
good
on.
or learn to code.
It's fine. They'll all be fired soon. Moving on.
There's a Steam horror game out there that challenges you to beat it quick enough to refund it.
So this is a horror game that utilizes a lot of jump scares and a chasing monster feature, like in Aliens. And the developer said if like the object of this game, the developers set out a challenge to the rest of the horror community, which is beat this game fast enough where you can get a refund. Go for it.
Nice.
And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't take that bait, but I know a lot of people who would. They'd probably fail. But they'd be like, I tried.
Yeah, that's actually that's a good bit.
That's a good marketing bet, And at no point in time did they call me a racist.
Looking at you, AAA game developers.
All of you.
All of you.
Oh. What's next?
Moving on to AAA bullshit. Ubisoft cancels a bunch of games, including VR Splinter Cell and Ghost Recon Frontline.
This is the result of Ubisoft removing a lot of their servers. So there's a lot of things missing here. They also decided to hell with a lot of things.
They just canceled a bunch of these upcoming projects
because let's be honest here, they're bleeding money at an astounding rate, and they can't understand why.
I'm glad Ghost Recon Frontline got canceled. Now that I'm reading about it,
Ghost Recon Frontline was terrible. I don't know why anyone touched it. Straight up, terrible.
Yeah, you don't need a Ghost Recon. Whatchamacallit. You don't need a Ghost Recon. Battle Royale game that doesn't fit Tom Clancy.
That doesn't fit anything with Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon was about squad tactical maneuvers.
Yeah.
Duh. Anyway, so a bunch of things. Ubisoft isn't the only company doing this. Warner is apparently canceling a ton of their movies and shows too. Like the background movie, which let's be honest here, the filming's done. All they're doing is editing. They canceled it. They said no, we're not doing it.
I didn't include that, but I heard about that. Holy Jesus!
And I heard that there's strong implications that Flash is next.
Well, Flash was coming.
No, Flash is next to be canceled. As in, no, screw this. This story is subpar. This entire thing is a big money loss. Just cancel it and move on.
I'm surprised Flash wasn't already canceled because of its star.
They keep delaying it because of that.
But now they're just gonna. Are they just gonna implode the entire DC? Implode the entire DC universe at this point?
I don't think they're gonna the entire DC universe. I think they're gonna again remove a bunch of stuff. They're gonna do the go ahead with Aquaman 2 minus Heard. And they're talking about removing all of Flash and possibly bringing Michael Keaton in. There's a rumor of bringing Michael Keaton in for a Batman, an older Batman thing. So maybe Batman Beyond.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope.
Maybe Batman Beyond. Maybe what's the other one? Where he's old. It's an old Batman.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm blanking on it.
But
don't give me that hope. Don't give me that hope.
I would love that. A Batman Beyond alone would just make me super happy, especially if they got Joseph Gordon-Levitt to be Batman. Perfect.
Yes.
Or as Terry McGinnis, I should say. But yes. Then again, he's probably older now, so we might need someone younger. I don't. Who's a young looking 20-year-old? Who's a 20-something that can pass off as a teenager?
I stopped paying attention to Hollywood, so I'm not the person to ask.
I have stopped watching shows that were made after 2005.
Yeah.
I-
Look at my if you look at my Paramount Plus history, it's like
Star Trek.
It's Star Trek. It's not even new Star. The only new Star Trek is Lower Decks. But it's Star Trek and Jag. Not even NCIS. Jag.
Yeah. And look at me. It's Criminal Minds and Stargate. SG1. SG1.
SG1.
And I'll eventually move on to Atlantis, but right
Atlantis.
now SG1.
Atlantis, so you can see Atlantis, so you can see and so you can see something about Atlantis featuring Jason Momoa without Amber Heard.
Yes. All right, what's next?
The
massage game.
Yes.
Massage Rhythm, which has now been retitled to Beat Riffle. So I don't know exactly what happened here, but there was a huge stink because they used a bunch of actual Japanese and K-pop singer names as their girls in their game.
Oops.
The names, not the actual. Anyway, but so
Oops.
they had to go and they had to go and change it, and they went and just removed the entirety of the game stuff, so the name changed and everything else, and they brought it back up as Beat Riffle, whatever.
Okay.
That name. Massage Freaks was a lot easier for me to understand. A lot simpler of a
But
name.
Essentially the same. It's the same game. They just changed some names.
Yes, they changed some names around. So I will get this for the Switch, uncensored, of course. Listen. I'm waiting for Neko Para to realize they can put up their games uncensored. I'm going, yeah, there we go.
Play that on the train.
I like trains. Oh,
You should. That's a good 18 plus panel for Otakon. No. Switch games you should not play on the train.
I already have a so those of you who don't know, Otakon's theme for next year is trains.
It's arriving at the station.
It's trains. Literally, because I saw the voting and I went, as long as it isn't Friendship is Magic, I'm happy. Trains. Wait, I'm not happy. I'm still not happy.
That was an option?
That was an option. Listen.
What were the other fucking options?
Mongolians and like the neon color scheme of Taco Bell in the 80s.
Okay.
And I'm just like, we should have chosen Mongolians.
Okay.
Come on. It would have been fun. I could have built a wall with my MAGA hat on.
We're gonna build a wall and we're gonna make Maryland pay for it. Moving on. Night Dive Studios teasing a potential Dark Forces remaster.
Nice. I do have a question. Did we put on the KOTOR remaster being canceled on this or no?
No, we didn't. I didn't even know. Wait, it got canceled?
It has been, indefinitely on delay. Delayed indefinitely was the exact words. Let's be honest here. Canceled. I'm pretty sure they realized that whatever they were going to do, fans were going to tell you to fuck off.
Probably.
Because the reaction to buying it on Switch was huge again.
Okay.
And the reaction to buying it on Switch for KOTOR 2 was huge. So I think their plan of making it an action RPG made everyone go, fuck off, don't you dare.
What they should have done was they should have done what the they should have just changed the graphics engine, but kept the same game out. Kept the same graphics engine. Update the
games engine a little bit.
Yeah, but kept the same game. Kept the same gameplay.
Yeah.
Maybe change things up so it's now based off 5e and not 3.5.
Nah. 3.5 is best. Okay, I need you to
When you
understand.
have a group of people who know 3.5 is fucking amazing.
I don't think
When
you
you have
understand
about
how powerful Scout to Scoundrel Revan is. That charisma build. There's nothing that can approach me without me going, yeah, no, your mind is
no,
grass.
no.
You all
Wait,
stand there
wait.
going, meh.
You mean scoundrel to
No, no, no,
counselor?
no. Scout to whatever the heck the Sentinel.
Oh,
Yeah,
what? But the charisma jockey is the fucking
Scoundrel. Yes, I agree.
scoundrel.
I agree. But I needed the repair and the computer stuff so I could just break through everything.
Ah,
And then I have stronger team members with me.
nice,
I am the skill monkey. They are the go
nice.
kill it.
Um, I'm annoying the shit out of some of the players in my Star Wars role playing system game as a player. Um,
That'll happen.
cause they expected I created a new character and like the previous character it's a Jedi, so they expected someone who could just like walk in and destroy everyone in one shot like my previous character could,
Mm-hmm.
and I can mostly do that, not as well, but I'm playing a Sentinels who's a skill junkie, and all the rogue characters are like, "You're stealing our gig. This is bullshit."
It's not as good as my charisma based Wookie. So like I kept saying he was the best at sneaking. He wasn't. He would just bluff everyone into not seeing him.
um, my Sentinel, not only can he do sneaky shit, right? But he also has force powers to bluff everybody into not seeing him.
See, it's just funnier when when you're just a big old Wookie. What do you say? My friend said you don't see him, or me either.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Bye. These are these droids we're looking for? These are not the droids I'm looking for.
Okay.
What's next?
Indonesia had a thing.
Indonesia blocked Steam for a little bit.
They blocked Steam and Yahoo. They're still blocking Fortnite. They're still blocking Epic Games and Origin.
I don't care that much. I think this was because of their rules on gambling.
Yeah, they're not complying with the rules on gambling.
There we go.
But it's also
Well, I
it
don't.
was started as rules on gambling, but it also includes a lot of they can block free speech.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that no other country in the world has free speech but us.
Yeah, so they said like they added a bunch of stuff like criticism of the government and all this shit and to the point that the Electronic Frontier Foundation went banning gambling. That's a good thing. Wait a minute, we're against this. This is censorious. Fuck you.
Well, there we are. And in other news, fucking Indonesia and their entire government. Hope it collapses. There, we're banned from in Indonesia.
Awesome.
Banned. Banned. I didn't want to go there anyway. What's next?
Tech news.
The Chips Act. You know,
That's why Pelosi's in. That's why Pelosi's in Taiwan.
Pretty sure she's in Taiwan to get a bunch of Taiwanese chip executives out of the country without China knowing.
Probably.
That's what I think. That is not in fact truthful, China. You should not blow up Pelosi's plane, wink. It would be terrible if she suddenly was shot out of the air, wink.
She's also there to start a war, but that's beside the point.
You know what really pissed me off about this was the fact that she sat there and said, "Well, I don't remember trying to do this when men came over here." I'm like, we weren't close to a war with China when the men were over there.
They were also no, when men were over there in the 90s, a war almost started. Bill Clinton and Bubba had to talk real goddamn fast.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There was a whole,
Everyone forgets about the time we sent a bunch of diplomats to Taiwan and
I,
Bubba had to talk real fast.
Norm Macdonald had a thing going that disgusting pervert sat there with his saxophone. He played the best blues jazz ever. Forgot about that. I forgot about that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Don't want World War China. Do 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 do.
I'm generally against giving billion and trillion dollar companies more cash, but I guess it will ultimately be a good thing. We need more fabs here. We need our own fabs here in the U.S.
We
This
need
is a
more
national.
fabrication in general in the United States. You can't get a mug made in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay, we need fabrication. We need industry, and the fact that we've made it so hard to the point where it's just easier and cheaper to get shit from China than it is to make it here is ridiculous.
There are a couple fabs being built under with money from this. Intel's building a big fab
in
here in Ohio.
Yeah.
Actually, I talked a couple weeks ago. I was at a party at my mom's house, and
Okay.
one of one of her boyfriend's son's friends who was at that party is like, "Yeah, I'm going to college to be an EE so I can work at Intel." It's like, okay.
There you go. All right, let's next one.
Speaking of Intel, oops. So Intel just released their Arc GPU.
Is this the one that caught fire?
No.
Okay.
That's just the opening.
Okay.
Intel just released their Arc GPU to compete with NVIDIA GeForce and Radeon.
Okay.
It's not doing so hot, and it's doing so bad that they may cancel the next generation of it.
I was gonna ask, is it keeping up? But apparently it's not. So,
this is right after they did a PR blitz, and one of the theories is the team that's building it may have done the PR blitz on their own without talking to other parts of Intel to try to save the project. Because the project still has a lot of promise. It's just building a brand new product from the ground up is hard.
Yeah, it always will be hard.
Especially when it's something as complex as a graphical processing unit.
Yeah. Well.
So there might be a flaw in the rumor is there might be a flaw in the design of the current one of this generation that they're not able to solve in software. So that's going to put them back.
They'll have to go back to the drawing board and figure out where they fucked up.
Yeah. They're already in the process of going back to the drawing board. Originally, they were supposed to be on the second generation of this by now, but they're just launching the first generation right now. And next year, if they don't cancel it, which they're probably going to cancel it, they would do a refresh of the first generation that fixes all the bugs. And then they would do a second generation.
Got you. All right. Well,
when it works, it apparently works pretty good. And
unfortunately,
it doesn't always work though.
That's the issue. That's okay. We live, we learn, we laugh, we cry. Moving on.
Sort of nerd news. Regulators will certify the first small nuclear reactor design.
Wait, what? We're really going to do this?
We're really going to do small reactors.
Finally, some
sanity.
The salt reactors. Finally, there's another word there. Corium. I don't remember what it is, but it's something with a k sound. But the salt reactor.
I'm not sure this is a salt reactor, but it is a small modular reactor.
I thought we were going with the salt reactors, so that like one small salt reactor could power like a third of a midwestern state easily.
This is a molten salt
There we go. Okay.
reactor.
They're also far safer, and if they ever melt down, it doesn't like explode,
Yeah,
which is important. Because
we need
everyone's
it.
like, "Oh, explosion bad."
This is shit we need to do.
We do need energy in the United States, and the fact that we decided to fuck with our energy sector before making sure this was done first is what pisses me off.
Yeah,
I'm like, just do this. Well, we don't really need to do it,
do it.
then wean off of oil.
Yeah,
Did you hear about the oil spill at the windmill farm in California?
I did not.
Yeah, so there was an oil spill because one of the windmills broke and just spilled oil all over the area. So it had like a couple hundred gallons of oil on the grounds,
Oops.
polluting the entire area.
Oops.
And it's hilarious because everyone's like, "What do you mean oil spill at the windmill farm?" I go, "The oil spill at the windmill farm." But how?
They need oil in order to work.
Windmills use oil. It's not like it's not like it's oil that's being burned, but it's like it's oil.
It's being used.
Mm-hmm. It's lubricant.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Moving on to entertainment news.
Woo!
Actually, the first one is entertainment news, but it's video game news. I swear. So NASCAR is gonna do a street course in Chicago next year.
So we're doing Twisted Metal.
Sort of.
The car's gonna race around while shooting at each other.
That's what we kind of expect. Those of us who have been to Chirac.
I still don't know why anyone goes to Chicago. It's such a shitty town.
This is actually something NASCAR's been trying to do for 30 years.
Okay.
And they finally got it through with they finally got a mayor who is open to it.
Really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, this might go up in smoke because that mayor's not very popular.
No, they aren't.
Because he's done a horrific job in everything else.
Just everything else.
Anyways, what's interesting though is how they designed the circuit.
How they designed the circuit, and don't you dare say with like internet polling, because that's how. Okay.
What they did was they looked at a GPS map of Chicago, figured out like, okay, what would work with stock cars, and then they hired fucking iRacing to go laser scan the shit.
Okay.
And a couple alternate things, and they play tested the different configurations of the street circuit internally, and then they released it as for iRacing.
Okay. So iRacing got the first look at the track,
and they tested it in 2020 during the pandemic with the iRacing Invitational they did with all the drivers. So the drivers have actually done this, but in iRacing.
Got you.
So it's like the first time that a video game was used to actually design a real circuit.
That's still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. All right, what is next? Because we are crunching down on time here.
Vince McMahon's retired.
You know, he was a loudmouth, an asshole. He was a crook, and a womanizer. He was the best wrestling hype man I've ever seen.
Yes. There are better bookers. Vince had the right amount of business acumen combined with booking and just sheer goddamn balls.
Oh yeah.
And as alongside the I really could take over this entire industry. And that's because of that, that's how we got the greatest era of wrestling in the 90s.
The Attitude Era, which was great.
Unfortunately, it killed wrestling forever.
I mean, it only killed wrestling for like 30 years. It's fine. It's okay. It's coming
But
back. Triple H is in charge now of creative.
we might actually have another Monday Night War with Triple H at the helm.
I know that'll be fun.
That's exciting. Like
I
because
know.
AEW's been good, but it's not like rating. They're just going back and forth with the same pie.
Hmm.
Um, now it might get like if things start to get good again, it could get good. Like it could get mainstream again, and that would be fantastic.
It could get real good, and then
Um,
it'll be fine. It'll be okay.
how so there this started because of a controversy. Vince apparently had a couple of affairs,
Like you do.
like like Vince has been known for.
But
But
that wasn't the issue. The issue was he was paying them off with company money without, you know, letting the company know.
yeah, he spent 14.6 million in company money to make it go away, and didn't tell the company about it.
Which is an issue.
That's why he's gone, because
Mhm.
that's an SEC issue. Like in the old days before WWE was public, that's what you did.
Yep.
Unfortunately, WWE is public. You
Well,
can't
did he do this before or after it got public? That's really the question.
after it was public. That's why it's an issue.
Okay, because like 14 times is a bit much.
Like you, if it what if WWE was not a public company, this wouldn't have been an issue.
Gotcha. So
Because it is, that meant they lied to their investors, and
is an issue.
that brings the feds upon you.
Yeah,
That's why he had to go, because he might if the SEC wants to make noise about it, he might go to jail.
I don't think the SEC will.
They probably won't, especially since he's now retired. He's now
He-
retired. And they're now distancing themselves from him.
Yep. Like you do.
So
I as
He could-
long as he doesn't sit there and promote Trump and January 6th, he'll be fine.
Anyways, so that's all the articles for this week.
Awesome. See, we burned through that without any issues.
Yep.
Oh, I'm still tired from Otakon. I'm exhausted. So.
I slept all day today.
I slept all day Tuesday. Like I got home at like 6, 7-ish. And I went to sleep and I woke up. I made food, took a nap, woke up, drank water, made food, went back to sleep, woke up, and I kind of laid here and went, I'm too awake, from too brain dead.
Yeah, that was me last night. I got to the airport, the Dallas airport, because I'm a fucking moron, on Monday.
You didn't get a flight out of Houston?
I rented the car out of Dallas, and I used an app. I used a car sharing app, so I had to return it to Dallas.
Gotcha.
So I'll return the car. I almost threw the keys in the garbage for the rental car because it was a little late, and then I saw that I managed to make myself lame, because when I realized that, I ran back to the garbage can. When my from walking multiple miles every day and being overweight like I am, my my legs were already on fire, and then I ran. It's like, and then I'm walking to the airport. It's like, oh, I can't walk anymore. Oops.
Oopsie.
So I flew. My flight was delayed. I finally get back to my fucking apartment at 9 p.m. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, no.
And then I didn't want to cook, so I ordered food. Yesterday, I I slept most of the day because I was jet lagged as shit. Woke up, played video games until 4 a.m. Realized, oh, it's 4 a.m. and I slept today. It's like,
Yeah,
this isn't correcting my jet lag at all.
I
This is just
uh
fucking up my sleep schedule again.
I slept and I woke up. I finally went to bed at like 1:30, and then I was perfectly fine. Then the dog woke up at like 4:30 in the morning.
Oops.
He's like, I want to go out. I of course I opened the door for him to go into the backyard. He's like, I don't want to go out. I just want to. I want the door closed so I can huff at it because I think there's something out there, but there's nothing there. I'm just like, great, cool. I'm going to
Cool.
bed. And so I thought I would get like a nap in earlier today, and all of a sudden the dog just starts howling, and I get up and I'm thinking the dog's like the refrigerator has fallen on the dog. The dog's dying. Open the door. He's just laid out in the middle of the kitchen. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you?
Dogs.
And he's just like, I didn't realize you were here, motherfucker. My door is open. You can walk right in. Here I am thinking he's like dying. He just forgets I exist now because I haven't been here for 4 days.
Oops. Gotta love. Can't live with them. Can't live without them.
Live without. I'm like, if you keep waking me up, I can live without. Yeah, but
Hearing this stuff like makes me wish I still had a dog, but I live alone. I can't. I go to cons.
not
You
easy.
got to be there at least 12 hours a day to take care of a dog.
Not really 12, but you got to at least have someone come by and make sure he's okay, feed him water twice a day, make sure that he's good. At least twice, but just have someone come over and like chill out in your apartment for the weekend, which is annoying. I am excited for ClausCon East because we will be doing some straight up Ezekiel 23-21, and you know what I'm saying.
Oh Lord.
Or was it 21-23? I forget. Ezekiel's full of like calling women whores and being dirty.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know, I'm talking about Bible. The Bible is really dirty in Ezekiel. It's all about like donkey penises.
Have you figured out which of your crew is going, or
who's staying with us?
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Of course, it's a month out, so people could randomly change. But right now the room's full up. So
okay, I'll have to fucking get the Red Roof Inn.
Yeah, the good old Red Roof Inn. You know what's good about the Red Roof Inn?
What?
Breakfast. That's it. Just breakfast.
That's actually a good point, though. Breakfast.
That's the only good thing I can think of.
Yeah, I'll figure stuff out.
Yep. Sorry, dude. But
yeah. Can I get if I slip you like a 20 or something, can I get nap space?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as I don't have like as long as I don't have a shoot going on, that's fine.
Cool. That's the only problem about being off site is like, oh, I've got shit late at night. I need a nap.
Well, will you have shit late at night? That's a better question.
Probably not, but it's known to happen. It depends on what got accepted. I know I have things accepted.
I know I have a couple 18 plus panels that are accepted, and then I have a couple 18 plus panels that are waitlisted, and I'm going to be spending all month building 3 of them. 3 of them. That's it. Just three. That's who I am as a human being. I'm very excited to go back to ClausCon East. I'm even more excited by the fact that my old head of security, and my old go-to DJ will both be there, and I go, I can start a party now.
Nice.
And and for those of you who don't know, I'm starting my own religion with sexy nuns in bikinis.
Oh Lord.
So if I die before I make it to church, I'm going to hell.
Oops.
That whole idolatry thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you do.
What is what are you gonna worship Marine or something?
No one worships Marine. We just make fun of the fact that she's always horny.
Um, she does have a one of her outfits that is kind of infamous is a nun's
I
outfit.
know. I am aware. I'm gonna start doing some culture jamming. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing culture jamming. I'm learning from Tim Pool.
Okay.
I'm gonna put giant roosters everywhere with the words, "How big is your cock?"
Uh,
You can't write that. What? It's a cock. Rooster. Anyway, this has been
anyways,
the Geek Posium. We've had a long weekend. We're both tired.
we're both tired.
We missed a lot of things, but we went over a lot of things. If you had not had a chance, I will say again, check out Live Alive. It is a 2D style Switch game made by Square Enix. That is not your jam. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is out. I still have to play that. It's sitting in my thing to play.
Oops.
Like you do. Like you do.
Yep.
But that's the thing. What else is there? Apparently, if you have PlayStation Plus, you're getting Like a Dragon this month.
Nice.
And
I definitely recommend playing that.
and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Okay.
So I can relive my golden age of the late 90s playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Nice.
Oh, GTA 6 has a female main character. No one cares.
No one cares.
No one cared. Like it was fun to watch because like they announced it and then they kind of sat there waiting for someone to take the bait, and then no one did for like 24 hours.
The only way that would work, is if the main character is Sakura Miko.
Well, it was funny because we all waited, and all of a sudden, like one brand new Twitter person shows up. Oh, these women, we did, making things all feminized. They're going, brand new account, has one follow, and it's this, and it's the account for this thing. Sure, you're real.
Totally.
You're totally real. You're not AstroTurf nonsense. There we are. Again, KOTOR, the KOTOR remake has been canceled. The anime season has been coming along nicely. If you've not had a chance, I am personally loving the new season of Classroom of the Elite. I'm happy that it's there.
Nice.
If you've not had a chance to check it out, check it out. My brain is somewhere. Give it a minute to catch up. Otakon, of course, next year will hopefully, it's not the same weekend as Houston, so I will hopefully make it out to Houston with you next year.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. It'll be a blast. It'll be a great time. You know what's the best part about being in Houston? The food. The food.
Yes. Yes.
Like, don't get me wrong, the food in DC is okay.
We didn't even have fucking brisket and we ate good.
Ugh. I ate a Capital Burger one day and Yard House another day, and like both are good places to eat, but like,
yeah.
I was sitting here going, man, I could be in Houston right now having good food.
We went to where the fuck did we go? We went to some bar in I forget the name of it. We went to some bar in San Antonio that was had really good food. We had Buc-ee's like 5 times.
Like you do.
Like you do it. Like you do when you're driving across Texas for hundreds of miles.
I did have Nando's like 4 times in a single day because I had all these Nando's coupons for free Nando's, like quarter chicken.
Nice.
So I kept walking in, get my quarter chicken and leaving, and then come, and like an hour or two later, I'm like, I gotta use some more chicken.
we went to Saltgrass, the steakhouse attached to the convention center.
Oh, how was that? I've heard good things.
That was actually really good.
All right.
Well, it was better though. Apparently, the steak that Neil had at Papado was better.
There you go.
I didn't have steak at Papado's though, because it was a seafood joint. I had fucking fried oysters.
Well, I don't like seafood, so there we go. Steak for me. All right, so
it was a fucking $50 steak though.
Oof. Was it $50 good is the question.
That's the question.
That's the question. I'm gonna have to go consult with Neil on this one. All right, everyone. This has been the Geek Posium. It has been a very long week. Sorry we missed you
Yes.
last week. Again, the site should be up this month. I'm getting it up. If you see a lot of memes about lines at Otakon, that's my bad.
Oops.
That is no one's fault but Otakon's, because I had nothing but anger and time on my hands.
Oof.
Nothing but anger and time. So you all have a lovely weekend. We'll see you guys next week, where hopefully we will have something to talk about regarding Elon Musk and Twitter.
Oh.
Spicy. Some motions have been made. We'll see if they are put through. But as far as I know right now, Elon Musk is buying Twitter, whether he wants to or not.
Whether he wants to or not.
Whether he wants to or not. Suck it.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Night.